The throat is already full. A towering alien hunter fills the frame from edge to edge, narrow as a black pillar, with no head, no mouth, and no face to search for. Down the front of its body runs a clear vertical chamber, glowing faintly from within. Behind the transparent tissue, small alien prey shapes hang suspended in fluid. Still moving, they drift slowly. They press against the inside of the chamber. They are visible before the viewer understands how they entered. Around the throat, window, black rib, clamps flex in a slow rhythm. Each clamp grips the clear organ like a living frame, tightening and relaxing just enough to keep the pressure stable. The chamber fogs for half a second, then clears again, revealing the trapped shapes turning weakly inside. The hunter has no mouth, but it shows what it has taken. This species does not feed by biting. It does not open a jaw, tear flesh, or swallow in any recognizable way. Its front body is a display chamber, a vertical throat, window that must remain exposed while digestion begins. The trapped prey are not hidden in a stomach. They are held where the predator can sense every movement through pressure ripples across the clear tissue. The first ripple spreads. One suspended prey shape pushes against the inner wall. The chamber responds instantly. A ring of pressure moves outward across the window, and the black rib clamps tighten one after another from top to bottom. The hunter does not look down because it has no head. It does not listen because it has no ears. It reads resistance through the throat itself. The body turns slightly toward the camera. The chamber turns with it. Everything inside turns too. Creature's side slits remain closed for now. Long vertical seams hidden along both flanks, almost invisible unless the body flexes. These are the entrance organs. Prey do not pass through the front window. They enter through lateral pressure slits that open only when the throat chamber is empty enough to hold them. Once captured, they are pushed inward by pressure folds and guided into the clear vertical chamber, the throat. Window is not decoration, it is the feeding organ, the sensory screen, and the pressurized holding space. The trapped prey move again. Their motion is slow, not violent. Each movement clouds the chamber with pale fluid. The rib clamps pulse harder. The more the prey resist, the clearer the chamber must become because the predator depends on visibility and pressure together. If the chamber fogs completely, the hunter loses its reading of what is inside. A side slit opens, not at the front, not like a mouth. A narrow seam along the hunter's left flank separates in silence. The edge of the slit folds inward, forming a pressure trough. Outside the body, another small alien prey shape drifts too close. The slit does not snap. It exhales. Negative pressure. The prey is drawn sideways, pressed flat against the seam, then pulled into the body without a bite. Only after it disappears into the side does it appear in the throat window. The chamber brightens. The new prey shape rises behind the clear tissue and joins the others, suspended in a vertical line. The rib clamps tighten to make room. The older prey are pushed downward. The new one floats near the top, still moving faintly. The hunter stands motionless. Its feeding happens inside a visible column. The chamber begins to process them from pressure. Not chewing, bands of light travel down the throat window. Every band tests the trapped bodies, measuring resistance, density, movement, and remaining strength. The predator is not watching prey with eyes. It is reading them as living pressure signatures. When a prey shape moves, the window ripples. When it stops, the chamber clears. The horror of the animal is not speed. It is patience. It does not need to chase once the prey is inside. It only has to keep the chamber clear, balanced, and sealed. Its rib clamps become tighter. Its translucent walls become brighter. The trapped shapes become slower. Then something goes wrong. The upper chamber fogs too quickly. One prey shape twists hard against the side, deforming the clear tissue. A pressure ripple breaks into crooked lines instead of smooth rings. The rib clamps respond out of order. The second clamp tightens too soon. The fourth clamp hesitates. The chamber wall bulges outwards for the first time. The hunter moves its whole body. The narrow torso bends backward. The throat window stretches. The side slits seal completely. No new prey can enter while the pressure is unstable. The creature has to protect the window, because if the chamber ruptures, feeding fails inside. The trap shapes drift upward. The chamber has lost its downward pressure. The hunter folds black rib, clamps over the window like closing fingers. The clear tissue dims behind them, then brightens again in narrow strips. It is not hiding its prey, it is recalibrating the pressure. The window must remain visible but not fully exposed. Each clamp presses the chamber back into shape. The prey resistance weakens. The fog clears from the bottom. First one shape becomes still. Then another. The topmost prey continues to move, and the entire throat window reacts. The hunter turns its body toward that motion. No head turns. No eyes focus. The throat itself becomes the face. The clear chamber is how the creature senses the world after capture. A final pressure band descends. The rib clamps lock in sequence, top to bottom. The side slits stay sealed. The chamber narrows. The remaining movement inside becomes slower, then smaller, then only a faint pressure shimmer against the glass. Like tissue, the hunter is not swallowing. It is finishing the display phase. Once all movement stops, the chamber changes. The transparent surface clouds from clear to pearl dark. The prey shapes blur into silhouettes. Digestion begins only after resistance ends because the predator cannot process what it cannot pressure. Read now. The throat window seals. The black rib clamps close across it, leaving only thin glowing gaps between them. The tall no-head body becomes a dark vertical form again, almost empty from a distance. But up close, behind the sealed ribs, faint shapes remain suspended in the dim chamber. The hunter stands still in the dark containment void. No mouth. No face. Only a sealed throat full of what it has taken. The final image holds on the transparent window as the last clear strip closes. Behind it, one trapped shape gives a final faint movement, not enough to reopen the chamber, only enough to send one small ripple across the glass. The rib clamps tighten. The throat goes dark, and the monster becomes silent with its victims still visible inside.